Hey, Bo here, and I want to give you a few quick tips to help you achieve more in your life with a lot less effort and a lot less struggle. So, I've learned some hard lessons in my life, and I've learned a lot of things through trial and error. And I want to share some of the most valuable perspectives that I've adopted that have helped me achieve more in life and do it with more ease, more grace, more peace of mind. And first of all, I would like to talk about the difference between strategies and tactics and attitude. So, most people in life, when they're trying to achieve something, they're thinking that there's some like secret strategy or tactic or some method. And they think that if they just knew the strategy or they just had the roadmap, then they would get to the destination. And you see this a lot in business. People are like, they think there's some like get rich quick scheme or something. Like there's some easy way to get everything you desire, and there's some shortcut to success. And you just have to eliminate that type of thinking altogether. And I used to have that type of thinking too, and I realized that it didn't serve me at all, and it just led me into all these different directions, and it led me to never committing to anything, to never really doing what I loved, and always doing something just for the sake of reward. I want to encourage you to try to find the joy in becoming someone valuable in this world, becoming someone who can serve others. I have found there's so much more joy in serving others and being a leader for others than there ever was in the success that I had financially or personally or in my relationships. Or like, the most amazing part of my life is that I get to serve people on a daily basis, and I get to share what I believe and share what I value and help other people in their lives. And that's just the most fulfilling thing. And it's not about the rewards that come from it. It's just that the process of it is just so fulfilling, because by sharing with others, I'm also learning the things that I'm sharing. Teaching is one of the best ways to learn, I think. And so if you look at most of the successful people in the world, you'll see there's a common thread, and there's something that they all have in common, and that is they are all leaders in some way. Usually, in most cases, they're leaders. They are thought leaders. They are looked up to. People follow them. People listen to them, and that is really the difference. Like, most people are looking for some strategy or shortcut that allows them to bypass the need to step up and become a new person. Most people are looking for, how can I get what I want but not have to change anything about myself or become a more confident person? Or how can I get what I want without having to step up and be a leader, without having to face my fears, without having to do anything difficult, right? That's the attitude most people have. And it's totally backwards, because it almost never works. And if it does work, it's just a short-term thing, and then it's going to fade away. Whatever success you can acquire in that way is going to fade away. And I know that from experience. So I just want to encourage you to kind of snap out of the attitude of it's about some strategy or a tactic, or like there has to be a certain way to do it. I want you to just think of, what do you love to do? What do you love to learn about? Or what would you love to learn about or do more of? And why don't you just start doing that and sharing the journey with others as you're doing it? One of the easiest ways to get all the things that you want in your life is to help enough other people get all the things that they want in their life. If you can serve enough people, then you will have everything that you want, and you won't have to worry about it ever again. And service doesn't have to be like work. It's not like I have to help, but I don't really want to help. No, you can serve in your own unique way and be rewarded for that. Maybe you love to paint. I don't know. You love to paint. Why don't you just set aside like an hour a day, and you set that time and make it sacred, make it unnegotiable. Like, every time that day, that's your time to paint, or whatever it is you love to do. Play the guitar, or I don't know, read books, whatever it is. You set aside that time to do that, and you you develop your craft in that way by that daily practice, and you get better at it as you go along. Anything you do every single day for a longer period of time, you're going to get really good at it, and you're going to learn a lot in that process. But at the same time, while you're doing that, why don't you share a little bit about your journey with others in some way? Like post on social media, give an update, like, oh, I learned how to play these chords on the guitar today. And maybe make a little video like, here, want to hear me play? And you make a little 30-second clip of you playing the guitar or whatever. Or you made some piece of art and you're like, this is what I made today, or this is the progress that I've made so far on this painting. It's not done yet, but here's what it looks like. And then you can get feedback from people on social media or whatever. And it doesn't really matter what you do. It's all about just sharing it and getting it seen, because, there's so many ways, especially in today's world, there's so many ways that you can make a living doing what you love. And you can have complete freedom eventually and just be able to do what you love all day long, every day, and get paid to do it just by being willing to share it. And your willingness to share it partly requires you to be okay with being seen as a leader or someone of value. A lot of people kind of shy away from that. They don't want to be, they're like scared of being valued. Maybe they're scared of being judged, probably. So the fear of judgment, the fear of putting yourself out there in the world, the fear of criticism. What if they don't like my painting? What if I suck at the guitar and I play these chords and I mess up? Why don't you share that too? Why don't you share the screw-ups, the mistakes, the failures? Share the journey. You don't have to be like this guru or someone who's perfect at what you do. People relate more to failure and mistakes. They think, oh, that's funny. Like, not funny like they're laughing at you, but they're laughing with you, like, oh, you made a mistake. Like, yeah, we all make mistakes. That's why people can laugh at that when people admit their biggest failures and mistakes. Sometimes it's funny because it's like we can all relate. We've all done something stupid like that too. We've all messed up, and people will respect you for that, and just being willing to put yourself out there and be authentic and genuine. And there's so many ways, and I can't tell you which way to go, but I just want you to like get out of the strategy and tactics kind of thinking, because that's going to keep you stuck in your head, and try to get into your heart and think like, what is it that I'm passionate about, or what is it that I could share, not share in a way that you like need to be seen as a leader, or you need to be like an authority figure or a guru or anything like that, but just share so that you can give yourself the opportunity to be valued and respected for who you are. Because if you never put yourself out there in the world, no one's ever going to know who you are, and so no one's ever going to be able to give to you. If you're a painter, but no one knows about all your paintings, no one's ever seen them, then how could someone be like, I want to pay you for this. Like, that painting is amazing. I want to pay you $500 for it. Can I pay you? And you'd be amazed at how willing people are to pay you for things that you might not even be that great at, or you might not think you're that great at. But you're never going to find that out if you're not willing to consistently share your journey with others and put yourself out there in the world. And this is easier than ever today with social media and the power of the internet. And it almost doesn't matter what you love to do. You could have this weird passion and you could really just share it and there's people that these days that make full-time incomes by playing video games on the internet. Literally, there's people that just make videos on YouTube and make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on just YouTube, just by making videos or playing video games. But the difference is they're not just playing video games by themselves in their room. They're playing video games and they're recording it and they're sharing it with the world and they're putting it online for people to see. That's the difference. So it doesn't matter what you do or how great or how not great you are at it. Just the willingness to put yourself in front of the eyes of others, that is going to lead you to so many opportunities in your life. And so that's really all you need to focus on is, am I doing what I love every day? Am I putting some effort into mastering my craft, practicing, getting better at it? And am I sharing it with anyone? Am I letting people know what I'm up to so that they have the opportunity to value it and give me maybe something in exchange. Maybe it's not money in the beginning. Maybe it's just they're giving you a compliment and they give you a like on Facebook or whatever. They give you a comment. Wow, that's a great painting. And that can lead, it can just snowball and compound into so many great things. And you'd be amazed at the opportunities that open up when you're just willing to share, willing to be who you are and put yourself out there. Whether you think it's perfect or good enough or whatever, it doesn't matter. You just have to be willing to share the process, share the journey. People will relate to that because we're all human and we're all going through some kind of process of learning and growth. So people can relate to that no matter what it is. And you're not everyone in the world is going to follow you and love you, but you don't need everyone in the world to love you and follow you. There's this concept of, I forget who said it, but it's 1,000 true fans. And they say you only need 1,000 true fans in order to make a full-time living from doing what you love. And so if you have 1,000 true fans, a true fan would be considered someone who follows what you do and they spend an average of $100 per year buying whatever you have to offer, whether it's art or a product of some kind or a course or anything that you have to offer, a book or a CD or a live event, whatever you're offering. If they spend an average of $100 per year, that's $100,000 per year business from just 1,000 people that like you and follow you and love what you do. So this is a huge world. There's like almost 8 billion people on the planet right now. So do you think you could just get 1,000 people to follow you and vibe with what you're doing? Of course you can, but it can't happen if you don't put yourself out there, because no one's ever going to find you. They're not going to know what you're up to. You might be a genius and you might have like this amazing art or this amazing skill that you know how to do. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but you can develop that skill either way. But you could be a genius and have this amazing invention or this amazing idea or this amazing art or this amazing book. But if you never publish it, if you never put it out there, what good is it doing for the world? Who are you helping with it? You know, we're not on this planet just for ourselves, just for our own selfish gratification. We're here to learn from each other and for people to learn from you and your unique perspective or your unique art or whatever it is you're doing. For people to learn from you, they need to hear from you. They need to see you, you know? You can't just sit in your home all day and doing what you do and never share your life with anyone. And the internet is just amazing because it gives us the opportunity to share with the world without ever leaving our home. So we can do the same things we're doing before in the comfort of our home, but we can just put it out there and get it seen by hundreds or thousands of people. And so the internet has been an amazing blessing for me. I've been making a full-time living on the internet since 2013, I think. And I haven't worked a regular job since then. And the only reason that I was able to achieve that was, it wasn't because I was so great at what I did or that I had some special strategy or technique that I followed, that I had some, little known tactic, some get rich quick strategy. It wasn't because of any of that. It was just because I was willing to put in the work to do what I loved and to master my craft slowly and to just share it, put it out there. I published a bunch of books many years ago. They weren't even great books. They might still be online, but I'll probably unpublish them once I publish some new, better books. But I published a bunch of books, and there wasn't any real genius strategy or tactic behind it. I just published the books. They weren't great. A lot of them weren't even edited properly. They had grammatical errors in them and things like that. But I was just willing to do it, and I published like a lot of shorter books, like 10 of them, and I eventually started earning a lot of money from that. And then I just kept sharing. I published articles on the internet. I made videos like this, and I just put myself out there more and more and more, just sharing my unique perspective on life, my authentic voice, what I believed at the time, and it just naturally led to a career. And now I get to do what I love every single day. And you don't have to be like me and talk about personal development and spirituality and things like that. You don't have to be like me at all. You might have something totally different. It might be art, or like maybe like carving wood, or building sheds, or building birdhouses, or there's so many different things. I don't even know, because I'm not into a lot of those things. I'm into what I'm into. So I don't know what it is for you. maybe you haven't discovered your passion yet or what you love. And if that's the case, then be willing to experiment with something that you like have always wanted to do, but you've never actually taken the step to do it. Maybe you've always wanted to be a painter. You've wanted to paint and do art, but you've never actually tried it. Why don't you go to the store, buy some paint supplies, buy some paint, and just start messing around? Just trial and error. Just do it. Wing it. See what comes of it. Do it for a week. Do it for a month. If you still love it at that point, keep doing it. If you don't, try something else. Maybe pick up a guitar. Learn a new language. You could teach people how to play the guitar. You could teach people how to learn a new language once you've mastered it yourself. So life is all about service. For us to get everything we want, we have to be willing to serve others. And we serve others not because we have to, but because we want to. Because as we are growing and we're focused on growing in some area of our life, there naturally will arise the desire to share. If you get good at something, you kind of naturally want to help people get good at that too. You want to be a mentor or a role model or just an inspiration. You want to be a positive example. It's like I'm sure you've experienced, like, if you've ever discovered something really cool or something that helped you a lot in your life, you want your whole family to adopt it too. Like maybe you tried some new healthy diet, you went vegan or something, and you're like, wow, I feel so great on this vegan diet. Now I want to tell my parents, I want to tell my brother, I want to tell my family, I want them to get on this too because I feel so good. I want them to feel good too. So there's this natural desire that comes that you want to share things with others. And we don't need to force other people into our way of doing things, but just that willingness to share. Other people who resonate with that message will be like, oh yeah, I like that too. I'll buy that from you, or I want to learn from you, So just something to think about today. I hope it helped. I just want everyone to sort of like open their mind to the new possibilities that we have in this world of the internet and technology and automation and things like that. You really can make a living doing almost anything these days and make a really good living. Like make a lot of money, have a lot of freedom, get to do what you love, and get to help a lot of people. Like it's a win-win-win situation. No matter which way you look at it, everyone wins from this. Everyone wins. And that's the beauty of it. So just something to ponder. If this video was helpful, just let me know. Reach out to me, reply to my email. Just let me know if you want me to talk more about this topic maybe. Follow me on social media. You can connect with me. There should be some links below. And yeah, if you have any questions, just reach out to me. I hope this video was helpful in some way. I hope it gives you a new perspective on things. And I'll talk to you soon.